Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's going to be a very quick review of the Forest Essential. This is the Gulab, Khaas and Madhu Rasa. This is the new makeup collection. Ayurvedic makeup in terms of Ayurvedic Kajals and a lip serum tint. Okay, so this was a very exciting launch, something that I was looking forward ever since I saw their commercials, because it reminded me so much of what my mom and I do at home. If you follow me on Insta stories, you would know that we make our kajal, we make so many things at home, and they were kind enough to send me this via PR. And when I asked a lot of you whether you wanted to see the review on Instagram or on YouTube, a lot of you chose YouTube, which makes sense because on Instagram it's all about that 1 minute video, and I wanted to go a little elaborate with this review, okay, because this is quite expensive. So let's just quickly get into the process. This is the packaging. The packaging really looks nice. I don't know if this is just the PR box that is sent for me, or if you can get all 4 of it. Probably it would be coming in this little gift box. It's beautifully made. It's got that magnetic closing, something that I probably would get better use of in the future. I could keep something in it basically. So as soon as you open this, you get this entire information written right here, what this whole makeup was all about, the journey. For example, it says Gulab Khaas Kajal. The traditional process of making the kajal is painstaking and delicate, we know that. These pre-saturated cotton wicks are placed in earthen lamps or diyas filled with pure cow's ghee. Then silver plates or thalis are placed above the lamps, something which I do at home. You guys must have seen this on Insta stories as well. Once the soot is collected, a small amount of pure castor and almond oil and a few drops of camphor are mixed with natural soot to achieve the paste-like consistency, which becomes the Gulab Khaas Kajal. Alright. They also say that it's prepared with the purest ingredients, including licorice, amlaki and camphor with bamboo charcoal and natural carbon, and it gives the kajal its intense color pigmentation, which is also extremely beneficial for the eyes. Forest Essential is all about sustainability. That's what they try to incorporate mostly in their packaging. Okay, so that is why you would see glass bottles, a lot of recyclable outer packaging. But there are also at times when they defy the purpose. Like for example, inside this you get retractable kajal pencils, and we all know that's not very environmental friendly. Maybe to get that paste kind of a feeling and that consistency, they had to solidify it and put it in this form, okay? So this is the outer packaging. You're getting 0.30 grams and this costs 775 rupees for a piece. So the kajal comes in 3 shades. One is ash grey Gulab Khaas Kajal. The second one is charcoal black Gulab Khaas Kajal, and the last one is earth brown Gulab Khaas Kajal. So this is the outer packaging. You've got the instructions, you've got the ingredients, you've got all the explanation on the cardboard box. Manufacturing license, everything is on the box. We all know Forest Essential. I mean, they're not like a kitchen brand, okay? They are an established, a very luxury brand out here in India. So my package says the manufacturing date was 11/20/20 and it expires 10/20/21 next year. Also, this is ophthalmologically tested, so that means, for sensitive eyes as well, they have done their testing. That's what they claim. Now, looking at the retractable pencil, there's nothing to it. It's a very standard retractable pencil, nothing fancy. It just says Forest Essential written out here, pure kajal on both the pencils. One thing I noticed is that you do not know what color you're taking. There is no name written on the inner packaging. That's something I wish that they had. They had considered that, if they could have written charcoal black on one or brown on the other one. So these small things makes a lot of difference. Another thing that I noticed is as soon as I opened the black kajal of mine, so probably it's just my piece, I really don't know, it's a little loose. It reminded me so much of the Kylie Jenner lip pencils. With the brown one, it is solid. With the black one, as soon as I opened it, it just came out. Can you see that? For me, it's not an issue because I didn't spend my money on this. You know what I mean? I got this as a PR gift. But these small little things are an issue for me, you guys, especially when I'm spending that much money for a kajal pencil. I expect it to be solid, and I expect it to not touch it for hygiene purpose, to always, every time I pull out the cover, it's not hygienic to touch it and shove it back in. Now let me swatch these 2 colors for you. This is the brown. So it's got its pigment for sure. It is applying properly on my hand. It's swatching properly. Oh, can you see that? It's so loose. So let me just shove that back in. And the black one does have pigments for sure. One thing I have to tell you, I have tried this before, and this does have a tendency of bleeding after about 2-3 hours, okay, which Well, it's not a long-lasting eye pencil, that's for sure. My first impression is when you don't warm it up properly, it just doesn't apply on the waterline as soon as you open it, okay? That is something that I noticed. For me, I wasn't very happy about it, okay? Because I don't want it touching my hand, warming it up, you know? But I guess because it's an Ayurvedic kajal, it's got these natural ingredients, you know, of ghee and all that. So you got to like really warm it up because ghee has a tendency of just solidifying, okay? So you have to make it work by warming it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this directly on my waterline. This is the black. So because I warmed it up, that's why you're seeing this. If you go straight away with the Kajal pencil, you're not going to get anything on your waterline. I'm just going to show you an example of the first time that I applied. There was nothing on my waterline, as you can see right over here. It was only after I warmed it up, like I literally scrubbed it on the back of my hand, that's when the pigments came through, okay? But it is not heavily pigmented. It's not like the darkest kajal ever. But let me just show you now after I warm it up a little more. And also you have to go back and forth for it to really show its pigment. Okay, you have to, sorry, I've got like really sensitive waterline, so my eyes probably would be watering right now. It's not because it's burning. It's just that the amount of times you have to go back and forth on your waterline to get the pigment. That's what makes my eye really water. Let's do a small wing out here. The more it gets shorter and you keep warming it up on the back of your hand and then applying, it gets more friendlier towards your eyes. Okay, it starts to warm up and it starts to get friendly. All right, this is how pigmented it gets and how intense it gets. It's not like the darkest, blackest kajal I've had, but it's definitely not burning my eyes. My eyes have become slightly sensitive. I think it happens as you grow older. You know, your eyes tends to become a lot sensitive. Now let's go on with the brown eye pencil and see how pigmented that is. Can you see it doesn't come through, man? Just let me warm it up a little more. So this is after warming it up, you get to see the intensity and you get to see the pigments as well. Definitely not the worst, but not the best either. For what I noticed, it lasts about 2 hours and then you have to go back and forth with it because as you just saw that the kajal just came off on the inner corner, so you have to go about with it again. The amount of time taken to just warm it up and for you to get that intensity, it takes a while for it to be friendly towards you, and I don't have time for that, okay? So this is my take on the kajal. Now let's go on with the lip tints. As you can see, these are the two packaging. Again, the cardboard box that can be recycled. One is the mystery cardamom and the second one is Gulab Gel. Gulab Gel is a little more of that rosy pink red tint, and the mystery cardamom is that very chai brown, a cross between chai and coffee. Okay, it's somewhere in between. It's a brown that is lost between the two. So both of them have got a scent to it. So the Madhu Rasa has got a very nice rosy, because it's Gulab Gel, it's got that rosy smell, fragrance to it. And the Madhu Rasa mystery cardamom does have spices coming through. Okay, it is like as if I've had a good pan after a meal. That's the kind of fragrance that comes through over here. It is for 1,295. Ooh, okay, for a lip tint. All right. Now, this is not my first impression again. I have applied this before and I've got a lot to say about these lip tints. So this is the inner packaging. There's a nice weight to it. I like the way that the inner packaging looks. It's got that really nice gold effect, okay, like a very muted gold. For a lip tint, it feels a little luxe. Okay, so they use hand-pressed oils of virgin coconut, sweet almond and moringa, along with natural extract of rose, pomegranate, caramelized cane sugar scented with cardamom and fresh coconut cream with saffron. In each respective variant, these are infused in rich serum containing pure cow's ghee. Definitely none of this is vegan. Softening butter of shea and cocoa. Together, these ingredients leave your lips with a satin finish that deeply conditions your lips. Okay. This does condition your lips, it really does. In the packaging, no names given on the inner packaging, okay? So that is something they should have included on the bottom over here, that so you would know exactly what you're using instead of just opening it. You know, I'm just a lazy person that way. So this is mystery cardamom. It's that brown color, like I said, in between a chai and a coffee, and the fragrance is that cardamom. You're getting that strong cardamom. You're also getting like a chocolate kind of a fragrance. So I'm thinking the cocoa probably. Is this a brown that could suit many skin tones? I don't think so. Definitely hydrating. It's as if I applied straight away ghee on the lips, okay? This is the feeling that you get when you warm up a little ghee and you apply this on the lip. This is exactly the feeling. It is a bit too oily for a lip tint. The problem with the tint like this is that it will bleed, it will come out of your lip line because of how emollient it is, how oily it is, okay? So it will have a tendency of coming out of your lip line. So it's just going to sit there. It's not going to stain your lips because of that. I prefer this from their launch. It's much better than their Kajal, to be honest. Once you clean up the lip line, this is how it looks. So definitely sheer, not as pigmented. These are tints basically, but I'm going to remove this off and you'll see that there's no stain left. If you have pigmented lips, this is not the one for you. It will not show, especially this color, okay? And as soon as it comes, there's nothing on the lips, okay? Let's go with Gulab Gel. This one, when I apply it, there's a slight tingling effect that is happening on the lips. I don't know if it is just my product. It's not burning, but it's like as if, you know, it's going to plump up my lip, kind of a tingling effect. So I don't know if you can see this. The color definitely sits on certain zone. Texture-wise, oily. It's very, very oily, okay? So it's just making the tint go all over. It's not making it sit on the lips. Especially when you press it, it just goes here, okay? So then you have to clean it up like this for it to sit better on the lips. And once it does, and you give it about, I would say 5 minutes, when it settles down, then it gets a little balmy texture. It goes into a balmy texture, not that oily feel, just like the other one. I think because of the ghee, it kind of like solidifies and it just sits better than what happens as soon as you apply it, okay? But do we have the patience for that? No, we don't. So I prefer the fragrance to this because I always gravitate towards rose anyway, and I like how this looks. It just makes my skin tone also much better. So I would gravitate towards a clear one or the reds. I'm talking about the Gulaab, or there's that other deeper red color. Alright, so let's give my final verdict on the makeup collection. Because it's not as intense and pigmented, the color payoff is not as great. I can already see it fade from my waterline. Once you warm it up, it gets friendlier towards your waterline and towards your lash line. If you want to draw that wing, whatever it is. It shouldn't take this much effort to, you know, make a kajal work. Not something that I would repurchase for sure. Okay, now let's come to the tinted lip balms or lip serums, like they say. I like it. It's much better than the kajals for sure. If you're into Forest Essential, they are a lovely brand. I love their body care so much. But if you love them, you want to support them, and you want a makeup product from them, then I would say you could go for the lip serum. Slightly expensive, it is steep, not going to lie. So I would apply this like a primer. I would apply this at first, hydrate the lips, go on with my makeup, and then take it off and add a nice liquid matte liquid lipstick, and it's going to work really well. It will hydrate your lips. It's a no-brainer. It has ghee. I use ghee. I applied ghee throughout my pregnancy when I had dehydrated lips. So this has got all the good ingredients, all the good factors for sure, and because of that I give this an 8 out of 10. Is this like the worst makeup? No, it's not. They've done a pretty decent job, but it's not the best either, considering what potential they had to make a mind-blowing Ayurvedic makeup that packed a punch, okay? And I just felt that something fizzled out here. So I would definitely go for the clear one and the red one in the tinted lip balm, not the brown, because it just dulled down my complexion. So that is my take on this brand's makeup. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to listen to your feedback. I hope you enjoyed watching this review, and I shall see you in my next and until later. Bye for now.